Hey crafters, it's me, Jen Evers with Quality Crafts, and welcome to Friday, another free play Friday. We are still in the midst of a stencil series. So this is number 6 in the stencil series. We're going to be using stencil brushes. Now there's a bazillion places and ways that you can make whatever, your own stencil brushes. These are the ones that I'm using today. And it looks like there's only one that I haven't messed up or made dirty. But you can always rub them off on a paper and do another color. So I try to keep the same colors. Like this would be the blues. These would be the greens. This one's just for black, yellow, purple. You get the idea. Orange. So I've got a stack of, hey, Agent 4 and Tina Ray's. Hello. These are the colors that I'm using today. Black soot, mustard seed, seedless preserves, pine needles, mermaid lagoon, blueprint sketch carved pumpkin, and candied apple. Hey Monica. And regular 110-pound cardstock. It is people always ask me that. It's Nina. It's not Solar White because that's really expensive. It's the Nina White Exact Index 110-pound white cardstock. I know it's like 94 or 96 in color. It's totally white. I've used it for everything. So if you watch my videos and you've not had a problem with the color, that's exactly what it is. So here are some of the ones that I've done with the brushes. Off screen, you probably would have seen them in the thumbnail as you're coming up. Hi, Debbie Evans. Hey, Sharon. Wanda's here. Crafts by Kelly. Hey, Kelly Gerbau. Monica. This one I did with a new stencil that I got in recently, so that's going to be going on sale. I thought it was on the top, but maybe I mixed it in. Anyhow, this one, I used the leaf one again because I adore it. This was one that had the corners on it, so I added some corners to this one. Hey, Sharon. Hi, Brenda. Hey, Carolyn. And then this was another one that I did. We've done this sort of technique, but with some other, I think it was with the paints, the gold paints or whatever. This was just with the inks that I recently showed you. And I'm using the Distress Oxides, but really it does not matter what kind you use. You can use regular Distress inks. You can use Stampin' Up! Inks, pigment and dye, and whatever ink that you have, it'll work. Just be careful that if you're using like a pigment ink that is going to stay wet a little bit longer, that you don't actually accidentally put your fingers in it and move the colors around. That's about it. But anyway, I thought these turned out really cute, so let's make some of these together. I'll show you how I did them. It's super easy. It's really fun. Your kids can get into it. So here's one of my papers. I'm just going to pull out one of these, maybe that I haven't already showed you. I like the polka dot one. So let's do the polka dot one. I'm going to do one with a punch, but I didn't show that one already. So, hey, Barbara from New Mexico. So, it doesn't matter what colors you pick. I'm going to start out with seedless preserves. So, I'm going to go ahead and just rub my brush. You can brush it like this. You can run it around in circles, however you want to do it. And then just put your ink right onto there. I feel like if I get a lot of ink on there and I round my brush like this, I get a much more solid color. Whereas if I use my brush like this and I press it out and I use it kind of like I'm painting, as it were, then I get a much lighter look. So that's what happens with that. If you want darker looks, then go with the Distress inks or a darker type of an ink. And then let me grab a scrap paper. In case you're not going to use the color again, just go on a regular piece of paper and just kind of wipe some of it off. Okay? That's all I do. Then I'm going to move on to another color. And if I don't want them to combine, I'm not going to go over this again. I'm going to use a wet wipe and wipe that off. This is my most fail-proof way of doing that, unless you want to go to the sink every time, is to put a wet wipe underneath it and one on top and just rub it. Then it's going to go through, it's going to go onto the wet wipe underneath and not onto your desk, and you won't have to clean it up again. So I'm going to move this around a little bit more. And this time I'm going to go for a blue color. I'm going to choose Mermaid Lagoon. Just in case any of you guys have not remembered or heard, there is definitely going to be a pre-sale tonight for patrons only on the patron only private group, not here after the video. So if you're noticing that I'm ending the video maybe a little bit early, that's why. Need a little time to get ready for the video that's going to happen right after this. There's another color put on there. That's Mermaid Lagoon. Just going to go ahead and wipe that off because I don't want my next color to get all convoluted in there. I'm going to use mustard seed. Decide where I want to put that. Maybe overlap that just a tad. That's starting to look really cool. Hi, Mitzi. Hey, Maribeth. And then you just go around and just have to kind of decide what color you want to do next. I'm going to jump into Candied Apple. Mary Maloney, hello. Deb Hauk. I have these brushes on order, so if you're interested in these, if you like the way these look on here, I have some on order. So as soon as they come in, I shall let you guys know. I was hoping they'd be here already, but they are not. And by the way, those of you who have pre-ordered the Wendy Vecchi Make It Art Station, those have been shipped. Wahoo! They don't give me a date when they shipped or a date that they're going to arrive or anything like that. So I'm as in the dark as you are. Thank you, everyone who didn't pester me and just knew that I would let you know when that was coming. I don't know when it's coming exactly, but I do know that it has been shipped. So I'm pretty excited about that. I will let you know as soon as I know that they're here and when you're going to be able to get them. Super excited. I can't wait to get mine. This one is called Pine Needles. This one can be a pretty dark color, so I think I'm not going to add too much green to this. Just dragging the color around. Maribeth Robinson, I do. I use one, and if I really think I'm going to change color, it's going to be too different, then I just rub it off onto a piece of paper. Do you see how there's not a whole lot coming off? That's the nice thing about these. It's not going to penetrate all the way down and make it impossible for you to switch colors if you need to. But yeah, that's what I do. And then I've got enough space for about maybe one more. And I think I have an orange here. Let's go carved pumpkin on this side. This one's going right next to the yellow, so I'm going to make sure that I make this pretty dark and orange. Just so you can tell the difference. The first time I used my brushes and I did that, you know, around and around and back and forth, I lost a couple of, well, you can tell that these are really full. It's not like I lost bristles, but I lost some teeny tiny pieces. You probably won't even notice. I can't notice. But all I did was just sweep them off and away they went, and it was not a problem. So there we go. And finish off by wiping down my stencil so I'm ready to roll for another project. And then I've got a really fun dotted background. Now, the other thing that you can do, which I did on one of these, I'm going to try to get that hair off of there. It's annoying me. It's a liney hair. He snuck downstairs. Was this technique, and we've done this before. I want to try that on here a little bit. So I do have one that I saved just for black. And I'm going to try to line this up with like the blues right now. Still a little wet, so I'm going to wipe it off a little bit with my hand. Linda Landis, just joined. Question, do you sell the brushes you are using? I do. I am. They're just not in yet. I'm sorry, Linda. I wish that I had planned it out a little better, but they just didn't arrive. Hopefully my planning stages will get a little bit closer so you guys don't have to do so much waiting, right? So here I am, just going to brush in some black soot here. If you feel like your black soot isn't dark enough, go ahead and try another black ink that you have that might work better. So now when I push like this, some of the ink from on top of the stencil might go in through the holes. That's what I'm hoping to make that a little bit darker. And it did. Now we've got some black and blue dots. That looks really cool. I think we should do it to the orange. And since I'm going to use black again, now you can see there's a couple little hairs on there. There we go. Oh, what I keep in the lids for my inks, these are just little pieces of felt. Because when I want to go in and do some edging, I just stick my little tool on there. It picks up that felt. And then I can go directly on there and then do the edging and stuff. So I've got a piece of felt in like every color. So that I don't need more than one tool and I can just jump around. So now I'm going to try get that back on the orange. I don't recall where I was, so you would think it would be a little bit easier to figure out. I don't think it'll matter if it's not perfect. Let's just put it there. That looks good enough. Hi, Alicia. How are you? I'm glad you caught us live. We're just having fun using stencils and stencil brushes to see what kind of different backgrounds and things we can get out of it. So there we've got some random black ones on top there. I like the look of that. That looks really cool. And then I'm just going to go ahead again, put that on top of my baby wipe and wipe it through. That way it's getting clean on both sides and it's not going onto my desk, so I don't have to re-clean it over and over again. And definitely our goal is to make some really fun backgrounds that maybe somebody will look at you and go, wow, how did you do that? So that is super cool. I really like that one. Here's a couple for those of you guys who popped in a little bit later. Hi, Rosa. The double that we did just now with the dots, same idea. This one is just a couple of corners moved a different way. I did the leaves again. If you're following this series, all the description In the description box below are all the videos before this, 1 through 5. I just used one green for this. Did a couple of darker spots and lighter spots, so it looked like I had a couple of different greens, even though I didn't. And then this one was another, this new stencil that we have, and I used the little like brick wall with a bunch of different colors. Hi, Rosie. Ah, Josie. Sorry. Okay, so let's try another one. This one, you can use a stencil and make a circle or a square, however you want to do this. Works really well, especially if you're going to put like a die cut or an image, not a die cut, like an image through here. Let's say you want to put a little girl image on the other side of your card. So here's my card. I plan on putting in maybe a little girl image in here. So I want to have like a little background for her. So maybe I'll just like put this on. You can use some tape to hold it if you like. I'm going to use like this orangish one. And I'm just going to come in from the sides and try to use up some of the ink that's on there. Because it doesn't have to be super heavy or super dark to get this look. So there you've got a really cute background to like plop your little image on. Super cute, right? Let's say you want something that's popping off out of there, then you could take the little piece. Hey, Crafty Kitty. Hey, Dee. Put this on here, match it up. Okay, and then we could do another color going on the way out. So we did yellow. Let's say we want to do a blue. Let's try this blue. This is a little bit darker of a blue. There's not going to be a whole lot of ink left on this one. So hopefully we get a little bit of like a sky blue coming off of here. And obviously if it wasn't enough, you would dip your brush back in, no big deal. Come back to it, do it again. And there we've got the blue coming off the edge too. Super cute. Super fun. So that's like an already set up for somebody's image, or maybe you want to do like a silhouette or something on there that would be really, really pretty. The name of the yellow color I used is Mustard Seed. It's a Distress Oxide color from Ranger called Mustard Seed. And these are the oxides. So they're more like a chalky color. They're a little bit lighter. If you want one that's not quite as light, I would say go for the regular Distress inks or any kind of like a dye-based ink for a brighter color. I'm just drying my desk while I'm watching what you guys are saying. Let's play with another one, shall we? Yes, we shall. That's one that we didn't really do a lot with last time. Did that one. You know what? Let's show a really cool thing with this. So if we put our streams, I think I mentioned this one last time, but we didn't actually try it. I'm just going to put this down. And we'll do our streams of color in whatever color. I think I'm going to start out again with that Mustard Seed yellow. I'm using a set of Creatology brushes. So here I'm going to go ahead and do, try to do each one in the same color here. And you can get the ombre effect too by just doing really heavily towards the center and then just, you know, brushing it out towards the edge. It'll automatically do an ombre effect for you. So that's totally up to you. I want to be able to see where my yellow is going out there, so I don't want it to be totally so light of an ombre that I can't tell, because I'm going to switch this and I'm going to add different color, at least one different color. So there's one that's got an ombre set like that, and then we're going to try to rotate this and get one other color in there. And I'm thinking if we do blue, we should get a green, right? Or if we do like an orange, we should get like a lighter orange. Or if we do, maybe we want to do a pink. I don't know. But let's see. We had it like right here. Yeah. So let's see if we turn it this way, if we can get kind of right in between there. That looks pretty good. Let's go with that. I think I'm going to go with the Mermaid Lagoon and see what happens with that one. Debbie Evans, I will be coming out with that information pretty soon. I believe it's going to be a set of 4 or 5. I'm not sure on price point yet, but I will get back to you on that. Okay, there we go. This is going to mix with the yellow because I didn't wipe off the stencil, but that's okay. Instead of getting a true mermaid blue, we're going to get kind of a mix and get kind of a green. Oh, Debbie, were you the one that asked for the pop-up 3D pop-up birthday card? Because I'd like to help you with that. The problem is that I don't know what kind you want. There's like a whole bunch of different kind of 3D pop-up cards, so I'm a little lost as to which one you really are hoping to find. So here we go. We've got, in between each one, we've got a green layer because we mixed the blue with the yellow, but you can mix all the kinds of different colors. Plus we got the ombre going out to the outside, which is really super cute. So no matter which way you put it on your card, it's going to be really cute. And then you could put your sentiment in there. You could chop it down if you don't like that it cuts off right there. Whatever you need to do to make your card. I just using my baby wipe to go gently over the top of this to wipe off a little bit of the green that I smooshed in there. You don't have to. I just thought that would be a good idea. You don't want to add too much water because then it's going to change the ink, because these inks react to water. That's what they're made to do. And I'm going to grab one clean one here because my one on the top's getting pretty convoluted with color. So all I'm doing is I'm putting my stencil on top of a baby wipe. Usually you don't even have to wipe off the back because it all comes off on here. And that way you've got a clean stencil to start off with. And you don't have, most likely, right now I do because I wasn't really watching where I was going, I have just a little bit to wipe up. But if you do that, you won't have to constantly clean them. The birthday cake pop-up. Yeah, what kind of birthday cake pop-up? Like, do you want a pop-up card that when you open it, it looks like stairs and pops out? Do you want one that's a box that when you take the lid off, the whole thing explodes and there's a birthday cake inside? Do you want one that when you open it, the cake like magically opens 3D in the middle of the card, because that's like the hardest one and I really don't want to make that one. But the other two are relatively more simple than that one. But just let me know which one you're talking about, because there's a lot of different ways to make pop-up birthday cake pop-up cards. I have no problem trying to make you one. So you said yes. Well, yes what? Yes, which one? So here's the other thing. Put a piece of scrap paper underneath it too, and then you won't have as much to clean up. Ah, Debbie, that's a really easy one, and I will definitely show that one soon. Thank you so much for getting back to me on that. I really want to use these like roses. And I'm going to dig out, hopefully, I want a red color that's not oxide. I want a red color that is not mahogany. Here we go, fired brickle work. These are going to be a lot darker. I want that one. So we're going to try that. See if we can get some red roses here. Alright, so I'm going to use that same one that I was using for the red before. Just maybe wipe off a little bit of whatever was on there. And see if I can't get this on the edge of my card here. And so this should be a lot brighter. These are not the oxides. These are the regular distress inks. Remember, if you get a lot of ink on your brush and you go around and around like this, you tend to get a darker spot. So maybe I want a little bit darker, like in the middle of each rose, and then just kind of do a little red wash over the rest of it, just to make it look a little bit cooler. I'll do a couple more and then we'll do a little reveal before I move on. So I've got one bristle that fell out. Not a big deal. There's a lot of bristles in this. I've not had any problem. You lose a few, you lose a few. Okay, and then let's lift this up and see what we got. Totally darker than the one we originally did. I don't know, do I have that one nearby so we can make a comparison with some of the ones that we've done before? I thought we did that rose. There it is. So let's look at the difference there. This one was oxide, plus I think maybe it was a spray, an oxide spray. And this one is distress ink, just distress ink. I've got someone else asking for another one. Can you do a tutorial on inserts for an explosion box with measurements, please? So you want to know how to do the explosion box, or just how to figure out how big your inside thing can be? Because explosion box are all different sizes depending on which one you pick, which tutorial you follow. So just remember, guys, if you slipped in here a little bit later, just want how to decorate an explosion box. Okay. Do you have a specific size, or doesn't it really matter? I hope it doesn't matter. These are stencil brushes. I will have some for sale as soon as they come in. I was hoping they'd be here by now, but they're not. So I got to be patient. And we will do the rest of this card. Looks like I hit the edge too much. That's okay. Let me get back on my paper here. Here we go. Now we've got a whole background of roses. That looks really cool. And then somebody wanted to know, let me just do a quick rinse of this. Somebody wanted to know why I have those little things inside my inks. So I'll show you a little bit of that. So I have a baby wipe underneath so that all the ink that goes through goes onto that baby wipe. Clean stencil for next time. So let's say that rose one that I just created. You can use this to do some really light edging if you want. And it will do some light edging. Okay, but if you want a darker edging, then that's when I bring my tool in. I take up my piece of felt. So each one of my things has a little piece of felt in here. And when they start not sticking like that anymore, I clean this off and I get a new piece of felt. But for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and use this. So you swirl it around to get a bunch of ink on there, and then you just swipe it on the edge. And already you can tell. Look at the difference. It's a really heavy red border. So it'll really help me, guys, if there's things that specific things you want. If you private message me, then I have a record of it. But if you just ask me here and I don't have a chance to write it down, then I might forget. So if you have access to me through Facebook, or if you don't, you want to just leave it in the Facebook group, go ahead and feel free to do that so that I can make a list somewhere. Actually, maybe we want to put that in the files. I don't think the explosion boxes are very hard to make. I might even have a video on that. I'll have to look. Sometimes I have videos on things that I forgot I even made videos for things because there's so many of them in there. But it always pays to update it because, you know, your skills change, my skills change, your skills change. You can always go back and look and see what I have. So this is what it looks like completely. Uh-oh, we're paused here. Completely edged in red. Just gives it a nice finished look. We really like that one. Ha 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 ha. All right, so we've got about 15 minutes because it is a sale weekend. I'll be ending about 15 minutes early to get ready for the next one. Let's do just a quick review for people who maybe have come in a little bit late. We started off with this one. We kind of did the double with the black. We used one corner of a stencil. Did I bury that stencil now? Probably did. Probably just completely buried it. Here it is. So this is the new stencil that I've got in right now. We used the dots right there, and I used the brick kind of part to do this one. So two different ideas that you can come up with using those ones that have different patterns. Then we went on to move on to do, we punched one out. We did a punch out, and we used that to cover our card, and we swiped in the color to make that circle. And then we put in the piece that we cut out on top, and we swiped the blue going on the way out to get that. So we've got a blue and a yellow, and this is a card base all ready to go, so I can put a silhouette on here, or a little image of an owl or an animal or a person or whatever, and then put like maybe something across the bottom with a little saying. Super cute. Very quick way to make a card base. Here's another one we did using that sunburst one, and I think the sunburst, is this the sunburst one that came from oh, I don't even know if I have it linked in this one. I should. Dun, dun, dun. Nope, I'll have to link them again. The Stencil store. Stencil Revolution. I think this one came from Stencil Revolution, but I may be wrong. Anyway, they do have a sun one that's really cool. I probably, this might be the one. I can't remember. Anyway, so when you twist it, you do a color, then you twist it and do a color. And you can do this with different, other kind of different stencils too. So play around with what you have. This one we did with the halvesy one. I think I have some of these left. These may be in the sale. Half roses and then half of these kind of weedy things. And so all I did was just run the ink over and then move it over and then move it over 3 times and then ink the edge. And so we've got a nice beautiful rose background. That was cool. I thought that we had one more. Let me just dig for my piece of paper here. Did I use all 4 of them already? No, there's got to be one under here hiding. Oh, that one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I guess I did. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? I have another card base. Let's do that one since we've got a little bit of time left. Yeah, sure. Hit that subscribe button down below if you enjoy this. This channel, this video, this series. And then click that little bell notification so that you get notified anytime I release another video. And we will do one more. I have a lot here. A better tutorial for a Valentine explosion box with flip folds, waterfold, mini album inserts. Wow. You got lots of stuff you want. Make sure you private message me so that I can look into that. Okay, let's just throw in a real quick, I didn't plan this thing because I do that a lot sometimes. I'm going to grab my other tools here. These are my little finger daubers. And this is in case you want to add like specific colors. I'm not going to re-add ink to these, so we'll just see what we can get by using what we have here. I'm going to do a little pink on this one. There's a flower here in this stencil. I'm going to try to do a little bit of pink here. And then try to do a little bit of yellow so we get like an orangey kind of in the middle where they meet. So it'll look kind of like 3 different colors instead of 2. And then I'm going to do like a blue and a purple one. So let's like maybe do this one. So I'm going to bump out the blue. And then I'm going to grab the purple and I'm going to bump the purple in. Ooh, don't have too much purple left on there. We'll see what we can get out of it. Pull the purple in. Do I have another purple? I have a deeper purple. Let's try this purple. That was a little better. And then maybe the one on the top is a little bit of orange. Ooh, that had a lot of ink left in it. That's cool. And what else? That looks pretty good. Let's finish up with some green. Maybe a darker green here. I'm going to hit some highlights of green leaves, hopefully. And then a couple of stems going down. And then we'll lift it up and see what we have. We've got a very light picture of some flowers here. And like you could get it as dark as the orange one if you re-dip, but I just use these just for the heck of it to show you another way to get that color through there. But that's super cute. Maybe you just want a really light card like that, so like it's almost like disappearing into the background, and then you could do like a stamp of a sentiment right there on the edge here. That would be really pretty. Alright, so let's go ahead and wipe that one off. Be careful of the ones that have, like I just bent this whole little part of this flower, that have the really intricate stuff that pulls up. Make sure you're going with the grain on those type of things so that they don't just get ruined the first time you use them. And then another little, right before we go here, I'll go ahead and I'll just lay out what we've done here. These brushes are going to be on sale at KTC in just a little while as soon as they arrive. Shouldn't be long. Some of these stencils I still have, and I reordered more. So if you're looking for stencils, we'll have some of those in the shop, in the store, the online store. Eventually, we're going to start having more things in the online store that you can get without having to contact me directly. You can just buy it through the store. I'm going to start growing that very slowly. And it'll probably be more of the stuff that I get that's the higher end, brand new stuff, like orders from maybe a Tim Holtz or a Sizzix or stuff like that. The garage sale stuff will still continue to be sold live because I just think that's super fun. I don't want to give that part of it up because I think it's really cool. This is another stamp that has come in that I think is really darling. So it's got some script in the background, a couple of splotches and little marks, and then some beautiful butterflies going through there. And that is, so that and some other things are coming. That's your quick little sneak peek for the night. And before I jump off of here, to go over to the Quality Crafts Patron private group, if you want to get in on the sales early and get more sneak peeks, you want to join us on Patreon. I'm going to pop out some of the ones that we did. Some ideas that you can have of doing your stencils by using your stencil brushes. Or your daubers if that's what you got. Super fun, right? So again, don't forget, down in the description box below are the videos 1 through 5 if you missed them. There's a whole other world of things that open up to you for the stencils and stuff. Sherry Couple wants to know, will the stencils be in the sale? The stencils have been in the sale. They were in the last one. The stencils that I have left will be in the sale again. And I have more on reorder. So absolutely not tomorrow's sale, but maybe in the next 2 week sale. Don't forget that Easter is April 21st, so there won't be a sale on Easter 21st. It'll be the week after that, the last week in April. So hopefully by then, they'll all be here, and you'll be able to get a lot more of them. Rita, I always have combined shipping from the store and the sales. It's just there's not a lot. The only thing that's in the store right now are the adhesives. So yes, Rita Miyagi, we've always done that. Most of the sales I've offered the adhesives, and they've gone in, and I've saved a lot of people shipping costs by doing that, by just combining everything you buy. So thank you for bringing that up. Yes, that's definitely is and always has been an option. And will remain an option as we add more stuff to the store. Absolutely. You just have to let us know when we're doing a sale. Hey, can you pull this for me? Yeah, we'll totally do that. Alrighty, guys. So this is Friday. We've got a pre-sale for patrons only this evening from 6 to 7. Tomorrow is the public. Anybody can come, invite a friend. It's super fun. From 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on the YouTube channel. So youtube.com/Jen Evers. If you want to do get in on that sale. Otherwise, if it's not a sale weekend for you, if you're busy, I know there's people going to crops. Yay, I'm so jealous. Then I will see you next week, Wednesday for 1 and 10 by Jen, and then again on Friday for another free play. And I can't wait to see you guys next video.